Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, October the 6th, 2022. Thursday, October the 6th. Not too much happened. We've got, interesting conversations with the exception of Nick and Sally. Oh, but anyway, I'm not I'm not even really going to talk about them. I might give them 1 second. But uh let's take off with Noah and Allie. Now this is the second time Noah and Allie kind of she makes sure she sees him coming and she stands up and gets right in front of him the second time. But the first time when Allie was there, hello Noah. She's looking at him and he's just like I told you, the deer in the head, like, what are you doing here? Oh, well, I'm in town and I heard this, heard about this place and I thought I would come and see or whatever. And Allie is looking at him and looking at her. So Allie finally kind of comes around Noah, holds out her hand, and she says, "Hi, my name is Allie." And so the Audra says, "Oh, well, I'm Audra." I don't even know if she said her last name, Audra Charles. And so she goes, "Oh, aren't you adorable?" So, ladies, we're ladies. We do have some men, and men, you may not understand this, but us ladies understand it, right? When you use the word, aren't you adorable, you better be describing a child, okay? Because if you saying that to another woman that's dressed as nice as Allie was and looking as nice as Allie was, that's an insult. That's a very subtle insult, meaning you are a child in comparison to me. Oh no. And when she said adorable, Allie's like, adorable? See, she knew that that was an insult, as Noah is still deer headlighting it. So finally he says a few words and he says, well, I have to go, or come on, Allie, I got things to do. So he and Allie walk away. And Audra is sitting there just eyeing him all across, looking at him and Allie, just eyeing. And she goes, who is that woman? Just a person from my past. See, Noah didn't do the right thing. Didn't do the right thing at all. She goes, I'm Allie, Noah's friend. He did not introduce her in the least. And that was mistake number one. 100% mistake number one. Okay. So Audra sitting across the room. We got Nick and Sally with their ridiculous, do we define this? How do we define this? What are we gonna do? And then what? Oh, I fast forwarded every bit of them, every single bit of them. Okay. So we have Chelsea. She drifts zombie-ish into the coffee house. And Sharon sees her and she's like, so Sharon immediately makes her a cup of tea, comes over to the table because Chelsea sits down in zombie land. And Sharon's like, she sits the tea down and says, Chelsea. And Chelsea kind of snaps out of it. She goes, I'm sorry. My mind is just elsewhere. I didn't even realize I ordered tea. Oh my. She goes, no, you didn't order it. I just thought you might need it. And so she goes, oh, thank you. So Sharon sits down and she actually has a good conversation with Chelsea. And Chelsea says, you have every reason not to be nice to me, but you and Ray. And then she brings up Ray and what Ray's death did to her. And Sharon was like, well, it was because of Ray. His forgiveness, the type of man he was, that allowed me to be forgiving. He really opened me up to that, you know. So they had a good long conversation, and Sharon was making some really good headway, but realistically, due to their history, Sharon is not the one that should be Chelsea's psychologist. So Sharon says, you know what, Chelsea, and this is throughout all their conversation at the end, she says, I feel you could use a little help. I can give you some referrals. Matter of fact, I can make some phone calls for you tonight. You need someone to talk to. And Chelsea's like, I was talking to you. Wait. And now she's jumping up. Are you saying I'm crazy? Are you saying, oh, I'm supposed to be so far up that I need to go speak to somebody? Oh, she flies off the handle yelling. Then Sharon's like, Chelsea, calm down. I'm just saying that you can benefit. You've already been benefiting from our conversation. It needs to go further than that. Oh, she snatches up her, I don't know why I talked to you. And oh, she went back into, defensive mode. Yet when she's down, she'll look and tell you, I need help. I need help. Okay, what does help entail for her? Her being at your beck and call every few minutes? Billy, that's the help you want? No, get some professional help, Chelsea. Professional help. That's exactly what she needs. So, Nick and Sally, okay. Allie finally, she and Noah, they're back together, they're talking, and she goes, okay, who is that woman, Noah? You were too vague. Who is she? What is she to you? And he finally said, that's Allie. That's the woman I was with in Paris. And I said, yeah, okay. For one, I kind of figured that deer in the headlights, but Allie, what she is in her narrative now is not the narrative Noah told everybody for the past year about his ex-girlfriend. So needless to say, they decided to write in this character to fit two bills, really, to mesh her in. They don't want to pay for two actresses, so they're taking one actress to deal with the IPO, and now we're gonna make her messy enough and young enough to have dealt with Noah, and she was supposed to have been an artist herself. Her career just didn't take off. So I guess after art school, she really dove into those numbers and became an industry professional with high-end corporations. Come on now, that doesn't match, period. Actually, nor does this actress, the way she's acting, match what her career is supposed to be. I'm like, oh my goodness. So anyway, she just looks at him like, now you finally tell me. So whatever. Then it shows Noah later coming from no. After he was talking, no, he comes from the back and he has his tablet, and Allie sees him coming from the back and she sees him alone. Oh, so she just stands up all in front of him. Noah. And he's looking at her. I just wanted to let you know, I'm not here in Genoa City to try to connect or reconnect with you. I took this job. I didn't even know you were back in Genoa City. Yeah, listen. When Nate Hastings came into the coffee house, what did Allie say? Hey, Nate Hastings. Hey, Nate. He's like, do I know you? Were you a patient? Victoria walked into the coffee house. Victoria Newman. Oh, Allie says, I make it my business to know the who's who and who's doing what. She knew doggone well Noah was from Genoa City. So therefore she already peeped out, spied out, and knew Noah was there. Okay, period. She knew it. I just took this job. I'm just doing some consulting for a project that Chancellor's doing. And, I didn't know you were back and didn't know this was your club, even though earlier she says, wow, and I saw, you were opening a club. I'm thinking, no, you knew, even though Nate was the one that said there's this new club opening up, right? But she did some research. She knew it was Noah's Club. So Allie is coming around from the back with 2 glasses of wine, and she stops and she sees him talking because she sees Allie, and Allie says, it looks it's a great success. I'm so happy for you, and you look like you're happy. Your friend, she's cute. Another insult. We're talking adorable and cute. Whereas I'm voluptuous, I'm beautiful, I'm a bag of chips and all that. I'm a real woman. She's cute. And so then she goes, well, listen, what I was doing, and she's trying to talk about her history. She's smiling now while she's talking. And Noah's just looking at her, and he looks past her and he sees Sally get up and walk out. He goes, I have things I have to do. And listen, if I don't see you again before you leave, good night. And he walks away. And she's like, oh. He walks away. And he goes straight to Nick and he says, so what's going on here, Dad? What is this? And Nick is like, this is undefined. He goes, really? Okay, it's undefined. He says, Summer and Kyle were coming tonight. Had she walked in, there'd have been a problem. And Nick is just looking. He says, so undefined. He goes, how do you think Summer is going to feel when she finds out about Sally, especially since Sally almost completely derailed her relationship with Kyle? And actually, not almost completely, she did derail. Her and what was her name? Tara. Her and Tara did pretty much. She left Genoa City and took the job and told Kyle that, because it was long distance, they really just needed to go their separate ways. It was Kyle that kept fighting for it. Okay, so no, not almost derailed. She did derail it. Took them a minute for them to reconnect, to get back together. And Nick is just standing there like, like in his mind, okay, I guess I gotta handle that. I guess I'll deal with that, Nick. So now we have the actual good part. And the good part is Tucker shows up at Chancellor Winters. And Lily and Devon had just finished their meeting, their day, long night. And Tucker just walks in because she goes, you know what? She walks over to her phone because Billy had texted her and her phone was over at her desk and they were sitting on the couch. She goes, oh, you know what? Billy texts me. He wants me to meet him at Society. You want to come have dinner? Because she said, I'm starving. He goes, oh, let's have dinner. He goes, you want to join us? And he goes, sure, why not? And that's when she goes, we can find out all about the vow renewal from Kyle and Summer. So that's when Tucker walks in. Oh, it was a nice event. I know because I was there. And Devon looks at him, Tucker. And Lily is like, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, hi, son. I'm back in town and, yada, yada, yada. And Devon's like, okay, how long you been back? He goes, oh, no, not long. Just enough to, be at the wedding real quick. And, now I'm coming here to see you and let's have dinner. Matter of fact, Lily, you're welcome to join us. He just takes over the evening, right? You're welcome to join us. And Lily says, well, you know what? I'm going to be meeting Billy at Society. So you two can get acquainted. You two can talk. And so Tucker's like, okay, well that's great, son. Um, would you like to go and have dinner? And so Devon's like, sure, okay. So the three of them walk into society together. Billy was waiting, and the whole time, Billy had talked to Abby before Lily and Devon and Tucker got there. And oh, she's pissed that Tucker's back in town. Oh no, he bet because Billy says, well, it looks like he came in on a helicopter. He did all this to impress one person, and that was Ashley. My mother, what would he want to be impressing my mother for? He's going to have to come through me. Oh, she's like, no, he will not get nowhere near my mother and this X, Y, Z. She's just going on and on. Right. So by the time Billy, Tucker, and Devon get there, Lily, Tucker, and Devon get there, Abby's in the back. So Abby walks over to Billy. Tucker and Devon take a seat and they're talking. So Devon is getting information out of him, saying, Tucker, last time we talked, see, it's funny, it's not Tibet. I thought it was Tibet. It's another place that ashram was, on top of this mountain. I mean, what has happened since then, all these years? Why now? What's going on? And, he goes, and why didn't you let me know you were coming to town? And he goes, well, I didn't let you know because I didn't know if you'd want to, if you probably make excuses not to see me. And Devon said, now, why would I do that? We're not on bad terms. I mean, yes, it's been years. The last time I talked to you was after that car accident, and you said, he goes, you said you were okay, you weren't really hurt. He goes, well, yeah, I did say that to you. He said, but as a matter of fact, that was a really bad car accident. He says, after I left the ashram, he says, I then just started seeing the world, started doing all the things that I wanted to do, from jet skiing to parachuting to race car driving and all of the things that he was doing. And he says that's when he got into the car accident. He says, and it was a bad accident. It took a lot of rehabilitating from that accident. He says, and while there, I realized, I'm going to change. I really need to now rethink and figure out what's important to me. And I'm thinking, look, you handing Devon a bunch of crap. And Devon doesn't necessarily fall for it. He's just looking at him, right? Because Tucker's just Tucker to him. Because the accident was years ago. So you have this reality, but yet why now are you showing up, right? And he says, well, I mean, really, what have you been? He goes, well, you know what? Business stuff. He goes, just making things happen in the business world. And he left it at that. And so then he goes, so I hear you're a father. And he goes, yes, I am a father. He goes, wow, I guess that makes me a grandfather. Grandpa Tucker, huh? Go figure. So he says, do you have any pictures? And he goes, I have thousands of pictures or hundreds of pictures of Dominic. And so he pulls out his phone and he's showing Tucker the pictures. And then he goes, I would like to meet him sometime. And Devon says, I share custody with Chance and Abby. So yes, we can arrange that sometime. I'll make sure I arrange it. So then who comes tantrum bouncing out of the back room but Abby? And then she's putting her hands, Abby style. And Tucker stands up, Abby, nice to see you. And she goes, oh, this, that, and the other, you stay away from my mother. What are you doing in this town? If you think you're going to talk to my mother, you're going to come through me and my family. And Tucker's like, ooh, he's so calm. It's so funny. Oh, wow. Well, look, I assure you, I don't have any bad intentions. I just want to make amends to actually you and your. Oh, and Abby says, that won't happen. He goes, because and I'm a grandfather now, and she goes, aside from my mother, the only person I won't want you to get, because she goes, no one wants you back here in this town. And Devon says, Abby, there's nothing wrong with Tucker being here. Abby's forgetting that's his father, right? And so she goes, the only thing worse or something like that, you seeing my mother is being anywhere around my son. And she turns and she walks away. And Devon just looks, Tucker looks like, ooh, he sits down. I mean, it just didn't phase him, because it does, things like that don't phase him. They're not going to detract him from his plan. He already knows the just devastation he caused with the turmoil in Ashley's life, and Abby was all in it, back then. He knows what he's up against. He's prepared for it. And so Devon just looked at him as he sat down. It's like Devon would be like, well, you know what? Bottom line, I got custody. Well, and I mean, half partial custody, shared custody. And Devon's thinking Abby could say whatever she wants to say. But on my visitation day, Dominic could see who I want him to see. And that's going to be the stance that Devon is going to take. Because Devon, bottom line, Devon is not in the middle of the mix with what happened with Ashley. That has nothing to do with him and nothing to do with when he has his son. He's not going to let Tucker go take his son to the park by himself every day like Diane with Harrison. He's not going to give him private access. He's going to let him introduce him and let him meet his grandchild, as he should, really, as he should. So anyway, that was pretty much it. Nothing else really interesting happened on The Young and the Restless today. Lily was talking to Billy, and he told her about Chelsea. And she says, oh, like, wow, yeah, that could be tough the way Connor handled it. And she told Billy, she says, you are vested in Chelsea. And he goes, well, I don't know about vested. She goes, no, you do. You feel like you have to come to her rescue. And I understand why. You feel a connection to her, as far as you two both, she almost said, like, are impulsive. She's named characters that Billy and Chelsea share. And she goes, I could see where, you would feel that way. And he goes, but wait, are you trying to say you do? Is that how you look at me? This, and that, right? And she goes, no, but that's how you look at yourself. And he couldn't deny it. He doesn't have a good self-image of himself at all. And that's been a large part of Billy Abbott's problems. He just doesn't have a purpose, an inner purpose. He doesn't have anything to call his own. He has not made a mark, a substantial mark in the world, and he hasn't lived up to his true potential, whatever his potential was, or could have been, or could be. He was this youngest child of John Abbott. John was already an older man when Billy was born. His siblings were so much older than him. They had nothing in common. And then when Jill was with John, there was a lot of contention in the house. And then she had this baby to solidify herself, and it just never meshed. And John wasn't that close to Billy. He was loving to Billy. He was a father to Billy. But then when he and Jill broke up, of course, she took Billy, with her. And it's just always been, Billy didn't get what the others got from John Abbott. And then he didn't get that nurturing. And then with his personality from his mother, it just was more, as a teen, he was more, remember they had the Four Musketeers? No, that was General Hospital. What were they called? They were the Glow by Jabot teens. It was Billy, Mackenzie, what was Billy's Victoria's ex-husband? I know his name. He just was back on the show. Reed's father. Oh my goodness, his name is just, they thought they killed him, but yeah, him. And oh, there was Brittany Hodge. She was the snob. She was definitely the snob, right? And then they also had, there may have been 4 or 5 of the Joe Glow by Jabot teens, but Billy was the one that was always drunk, spiraling. He was always more the troublemaker. It was Brittany, JT. Brittany and JT was together at that time. Mackenzie, was there someone with Mackenzie? Mackenzie came into the picture. She was Catherine Chancellor's niece. Um, yeah, those teens, that was kind of fun. It was kind of fun watching those teens do their thing. That's back, they really introduced the whole, almost like reality TV. They filmed most of their summer life, at the pool, do wearing cosmetic, kind of representing the company, but it was on webcam. So other teens and other people could just see them all. Really, it was like reality TV, what it is today. They did that years and years ago, but it was, through webcam. That was kind of cute. And it was actually kind of fun. So now let's go to Comic Corner, Comic Corner. And if anybody remembers that piece of history, um, how many of the Glow by Jabot teens were they? Did I miss someone? Because I kind of feel like I'm missing someone in that bunch. Let me know. Okay, we have Dito's Comic Corners, Spoiler Lady, Daily Recap Lady, Daily Recap Lady. Can't wait to hear your take on Friday's episode. There you are, going ahead, looking ahead, right? I can't wait too, now that you said it. And she says, all I'm gonna say was go Johnny. Now you really want me to see it tomorrow, right? I can't wait. And I'm not gonna look ahead online because, for one, I can't take any pictures from it, nor can I do a segment before it really airs. Eventually Summer's going to find out about Sally and Nick. I predict it'll be a good cat fight. I hope so. Long time coming. LOL. Has anyone seen Libby pop up for the last few days anywhere? Just worried about how things are going where she is. You know what? I haven't seen Libby comment. Libby, let us know you're okay. I had to go all the way back to September 30th. There was a comment for Young and the Restless September 30th from Libby. So, Libby, we want to know you're okay. You're part of this whole chit chat, Young and the Restless family. Robin, love Tucker. Since Adam told Nick he still loves Sally, then Nick should back off. Sally, Allie, I'm back off Sally. And then Allie is quiet, but she is not a pushover. She sure isn't. She makes Noah come correct. And she's like, I'm gonna introduce myself, buddy. Yeah, she won't just let him get away with crap with her. She'll be like, you know what? You figure yourself out. Enjoyed Victor talking with Tucker. That was amusing to me. And then Dito says, Adam was so organic and raw with Nick. I agree with you. Nick should back off. I doubt he will. No, he won't. Of course, we have to understand that Nick hasn't got any nookie in over a year. LOL. I like the actor who's playing Tucker, but Tucker was never one of my favorite characters. I could change my mind as it's been known to happen occasionally. You know what? Tucker was never my favorite person before, but Trevor St. John is spicing up Tucker. He's playing Tucker the way he wants to play Tucker, and that's okay. But still keeping the ruthlessness, but his attitude, his demeanor is different than the other Tucker, the other actor, which is fine. Actors are actors. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am 100% liking what I'm seeing with that. So I'm with you. Medora says, so Nick is not looking past the moment. Nick is pathetic. Of course, Summer will have a problem with Sally. Exactly. Look, Nick is raising Christian. When is he ever home? Seriously. When is he ever home? Christian is young. Christian possibly is in kindergarten now. Maybe, yeah, kindergarten. First grade, maybe. And gets zero quality time with his father at all. Not the staff is completely raising Christian in that house because it's definitely not Nick. 100% not Nick. So that's whatever. That's how they do things. Well, that is it for my daily recap of The Young and the Restless. I can't wait for Cliffhanger Friday or Interesting Happening Day Friday or whatever Friday might bring for The Young and the Restless. I will see you then.